So today I am eating my dinner a little later, my supper, whatever you want to call it. I'm eating a little bit later because I didn't sleep again very good last night. It was up, there was noise outside, and so I heard it. I got up, I went back to sleep very quickly, but it did interrupt my sleep. So I just been a little bit slower today. So I did my sit-ups. I did the 70 sit-ups. I did 60 wall push-ups and 70 sit-ups. So I did all my routines, my tooth routine, my skin routine, my hair routine. Everything is done. However, at 2 o'clock I wasn't hungry, and it's now, I think the fine print on here. It's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock, and I was not hungry at 2. So that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So I decided to make spaghetti, and I can get away with eating spaghetti. However, I changed my mind the last minute. I thought, I had the hamburger out, I put the hamburger in the frying pan, and I was thinking, I don't want to eat noodles, like spaghetti noodles. I mean, this is toward the end of the month, right? So, yeah, food's a little bit tighter at the end of the month. So I took, what happened was I took some, I assumed was hamburger out of the freezer, and I thawed it out, and by the time I realized it was chicken, it was too late. So I didn't really want to have spaghetti with chicken, ground chicken. So I am going to make a weird concoction, and it is going to be chili with chicken, ground chicken, instead of ground hamburger. Now, I have a can of kidney beans that someone had left for a treat downstairs, and so there was 2 cans of this left, and I took them. I took them. So I have some kidney beans. I had to look it up because there's lectins in kidney beans, and I have tons of kidney beans, but you have to soak them, you have to cook them at a high heat in order to get rid of the lectins. However, I researched it, and canned kidney beans are the best because not only are they preserved and cooked in a very high heat, they have no lectins. The lectins are killed by the heat that goes in the processing of the kidney beans. So I love kidney beans, and I absolutely love chili. Now I have to be careful because I don't want to overdo it on the chili, right? But I love chili. So that's what I'm going to have. So I've got the kidney beans. I bought these a couple of, I think last month actually, with my budget last month, and these are hot peppers. Absolutely love them, so I'm going to put them in. It hasn't been opened yet. I have dehydrated onions because when I buy onions at the store, the raw ones, they spoil before I can use them. Like, I like raw onion sandwiches. Love them. Ever since I was a kid, I love them, love them, love them. I remember going to my aunt's and eating the raw onions right out of the garden. Mind you, there were the chives, the ones with the big green stem, but, you know, I've been known to mow down on an onion sandwich, just onion, yeah. And back in the day, I remember when I was in the military, and we used to stop on our way to a local base that we used to drive to, take equipment and stuff to. And I remember on the way home, we would always stop at, what are they called? It was like where they sold subs, but it wasn't Subway. It was another sub place. And I always ordered a hot onion sub with mozzarella cheese and onion. And listen, you haven't lived until you've tasted it. So, and I'm telling you. So this is all the ingredients. There's not going to be anything else that goes in here. I am not using garlic salt ever again. I'm done with it. I swear off of it. I am going to see if I can dehydrate my own garlic and try to, I mean, I don't know, that's a lot of garlic, right? And so my budget is low, so I might have to purchase it. But I did get some garlic powder. So the only 2 spices that, well, actually, no, I am going to put more spices in. I have these Italian spice, and it's got the oregano in it with a whole bunch of other spices. So I am going to use this. I ran out of oregano, so I'm going to use this. So this is going to go in with the hamburger when I fry it. So the spices will be garlic powder, the Italian spice, and the chili, and I also put in some cayenne powder. And I'm going to show you I used a lot of cayenne powder. So this is cayenne. Yeah, this is the one I use. Sorry, wrong side. It's hot. I love it. So those are basically the only spices I'm going to put in. I was going to put in, and this is why you have to be so careful when you're using spices, right? So I always put black pepper, because black pepper will open up your cells and allow your body to absorb the nutrients from the herbs and things like that. But I was going to put in the sweet chili, okay? I love it. But apparently, let me tell you what's in it. Okay, so ingredients: sugar, salt, paprika, onion, black pepper, chili, vegetable oil, anti-caking agent. And that, even with the salt in there, okay, the anti-caking agent, I'm not cool with. Now, in the garlic powder that I purchased, there is no anti-caking leavening, is it leavening? What's it called? Anti-caking powder. So it doesn't stick together. There is none in the one that I purchased. So that's good. There is also none in the chili flakes, okay? So that's another good thing. There definitely is none in the pepper. So these are all spices I'm going to use. I am going to throw it in with my hamburger, which I, by the way, was frozen. It was frozen. And so I cooked it, like, I put it in the sink in a dish of cold water, and I basically let it thaw for a little while and cooked it frozen. Yes, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now, I'm not going to use all this hamburger because I'm on a budget, right? So what I do is I fry it up, and then I take half out and I put half in a container, let it cool down, put it in the fridge, because I don't want to eat, I don't need to eat that much at one sitting, you know. So, and it's, you know, it's budget friendly, right? So I'm not needing that much. Okay, so half. I'm going to use about half. See? So one of those rolls of hamburger that I buy from Giant Tiger will give me approximately, all depends what I use. If I make a soup with the hamburger and I use half of the hamburger, half of the roll, it gives me like enough food for like a long time, like a month. Like, but you know, you get sick of eating soup, right? So I like to kind of change it up. So I'll have, like, you know, hot hamburger one day, or I'll have hamburger even in a wrap, or I'll have hamburger with some cheese and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily want to eat soup every single solitary day. It gets mundane. So yeah, so I've got half of it, and it's cooked with the cayenne powder, the pepper, and I am now going to add, this is not Chef Antoine. This is just kind of showing you what I'm doing. And with the last video I posted, oh my God, I got some people that said to me, some people who had watched it, they said to me, well, that's kind of a downer. Like, why are you making videos like that? That's kind of a downer. You're looking at the negative side of life. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I am definitely not. My life is wonderful. My life is wonderful. I'm happy. I'm content. I like my chili powder, or my chili flakes, I should say. And what's the other one I was going to put in? Oh, pepper. I love my pepper. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so lots of pepper and lots of chili flakes. Now I also have some nutritional yeast, and I'm going to replace my cheese with the nutritional yeast because I have B12, but apparently there's something in the B12 capsule. I'll have to do a video about it again because I forget. But there's something in that B12 that shouldn't be there, and so it's not looking kindly on my my healing. So B12, I'm kind of like looking to see what else I can find, and nutritional yeast has all the B vitamins and high amounts of it. So, you know, basically a sprinkling of the nutritional yeast will give me all the B vitamins that I need. It's cheaper, it's easier to deal with, and you don't have to deal with taking taking it out of the capsules, which I don't like to take the capsules because all capsules have some form of petroleum in them. So anyway, so that's my belief, and this is my channel, and this is my healing journey. So okay, so I've got the spices in. I'm going to take some dehydrated onions. Okay, so that's dehydrated onions. I'll put that back in the cupboard so I don't forget. Now I got to try to open this. We're going to put some of the hot peppers in. Ugh, I love hot peppers. It's hard to see. I don't have the greatest light in my kitchen. I'm not a videographer. I don't have the proper equipment. I mean, I'm using my computer. I don't have a selfie stick and I don't have a camera. But it's working. Okay, so these are so good. So what I've got to do is I've got to find something to put them in. So I don't want to make a big mess here, so I'm going to do this. I'll be right with you. Now my hamburger is already fried up. These are so good. These are so good. You have no idea. See that? And that's going in there. Okay. And then we're just going to mix her up a little bit. Oh! I just got it all over the stove. I never said I was Chef Antoine. Okay. This spaghetti sauce is from, I think, 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was in the fridge. I didn't use a whole can. I only used about that much, so I've got enough to make my chili. This is going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So good. And you know, just because I do one meal a day, the OMAD, doesn't mean I'm starving. I mean, do I seriously look like I'm starving? Like seriously, right? I mean, you know, these are my old pants, and so they might make me look a little bit bigger, but I'm not starving at all in any way. Okay, so this has got herbs and spices in it, so I'm going to put that in. This is going to be so good. So good. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out, drain them, and I'm going to put maybe a quarter of them in. If I can. Good old strainer. Good old can opener. The things I do on YouTube, like, honest to God. These can openers are good for the muscles. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. So I gotta drain them. Always rinse, if you're draining the kidney beans, rinse them in cold water, because what happens is that sodium will stick to the beans, and so I like to rinse them off and make sure when I put it in, it's just the beans, right? So when they're canned, they don't actually need to be soaked, and they don't need to be cooked. Okay, so I'm going to put, I think maybe about a quarter of a cup, maybe a little bit more. How much is that? That's about a cup. See? That's about a cup. So I'm going to put a cup in there. That's it. That's all. And then I'm going to take my spoon and just going to mix her up. Let's see if I can show that to you. Wouldn't it be a son of a gun if I dropped it on the floor? Oh, I might need a little bit more of the sauce. Not a lot, just a little. Okay. And that is it. Now I just got to taste it because that's what I do. So I'm going to taste it. Let's see. Mmm. Mmm. Bellissimo. Bellissimo. It's good. So now I'm just going to keep it there, and I'm going to let it cook on low. And then I'm going to have a wonderful, wonderful supper, a dinner. I'm going to allow myself a good sized bowl. No bread, no crackers, no nothing, just the chili. I'm going to see today about staying away from the crackers because I made the gluten-free crackers the other night. They were amazing. They lasted me 2 nights. That's it. They lasted me 2 nights and that was it. So I have to be careful that I'm not overzealous with the crackers. Now I haven't gained any weight in the past, the past couple of days. I haven't gained any weight. Haven't lost any more. I mean, this morning I was 127, so tomorrow I'll be like 126. And it happens all the time. I kind of go up and down, 126, 127, right? Depending on whether I eat anything that's like a bread. And it doesn't matter if it's a gluten-free bread. It doesn't matter. I still get that inflammation. So my body's not used to those things. So this is about all I'm going to have tonight. I do have some watermelon juice that I made the other day, so I'm going to have that. I also have one out of 10, I think 10 or 11 cucumbers that I got from the farm on my holiday. I got one left. So I'm going to mow down on that. I'm going to take the seeds out because there's lectins in those gel-filled seeds. Take the seeds out, I'm going to skin it, and I'm going to mow down on that with my chili, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I'll be back shortly. I have to show you this. So there's a whole frying pan of the chili left, or cooked. So I haven't even started really eating yet, but I wanted to show you my last cucumber that I got from the farm. And so I'm going to peel it with my the old-fashioned potato peeler. Remember these? Or carrot peeler, whatever. Anyway, look at that. I wish I had a compost. Works fast. My last cucumber. Got to take the skin off because there's lectins in the skin and there is lectins in the seeds, and so that creates inflammation in your gut and it can create leaky gut. So, and we all know what leaky gut is. If you watched my video, you'll understand what leaky gut is, and it can cause a lot of problems health-wise. So we are going to peel and de-seed this little cucumber. And actually, it's not a little cucumber, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big cucumber. Compared to the ones that I've already eaten, those were massive. They were like massive. They were like really, really good. I'm not really sure how much cucumbers are at a store. Okay, so now there's a little trick, and you cut the tip of the cucumber off, right? The tip, and then you rub it on the bottom, and there'll be like a white film that comes out. I don't know what that is, but I remember my mom telling me to make sure and do that, so I did. Now, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to scoop the seeds out with a small spoon and put it in here. Let's see if I can show you. It's actually easy to do. You just take your spoon and just kind of scoop it around. See? then I'm going to take a knife. I better get a dish now. And I'm going to cut. See, I've got the seeds out. Cut to there. There's more seeds in there. And cut some more. A few more seeds in there. So that gives, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in small little cubes. I could put some oil on it. Yeah, I could put some oil on it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like that. Yeah. I'm just kind of simmering my chili in the pot. One pot meal. Except for the cucumbers, of course. Know what my cat's up to. Whenever I have celery, my cat goes nuts. He wants to eat it. Like, I think I looked it up one time and they can eat it, but it, not a lot of it. Okay, so that's about a quarter. Yeah, that's about a quarter of a cup. So I can have more than that, right? So I'm going to scoop the rest out of here. I remember being a kid and being at my aunt's, and we would just go in the field or in the garden, and we would grab a cucumber and just eat it like that. See, when you're a kid, you don't think of this. It really never dawned on me. I never paid any attention to it. I was a kid. I ate what I was lucky if I had a cucumber, so I ate it, the whole thing. I remember eating apple seeds and core and all, like seriously. And then I find out that there's actually trace amounts of arsenic in apple seeds. And there's a thing called vitamin B17, which apparently is used to inhibit the growth of cancer cells. So, and I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a holistic practitioner. I'm just telling you what I've seen. What I found out. Okay, so there, look at all that for seeds. We could have a few cucumbers if we had a place to throw them in, but I don't. So we're just going to cut this up. This should give me about a cup. No, more than a cup. It'll give me like 2 cups of cucumbers. I'm not going to eat a whole 2 cups of cucumbers. I'll save some for later. My knives and forks kind of removed themselves on the platter, so I thought, oh, there's somebody in here, but it wasn't. I thought the cat was on the cupboard, but he wasn't. Okay, so there you go. Actually, that gives 1 cup. 1 cup, so I'm okay with. I could possibly eat 1 cup. Not sure. I am hungry. I can't wait to get into that chili. So I'm going to show you shortly what I set it up like. And I also am going to sprinkle some of that nutritional yeast on it. If you have the opportunity to buy nutritional yeast, trust me, instead of buying bottle or bottle after capsules, where you're having to take that plastic capsule into your body, you know what I'm saying? There will be trace elements of plastic left in your system. So nutritional yeast is the best thing to buy. It has all the B vitamins and high amounts of it. And if you're not getting all the B vitamins that you need from your diet, it certainly is a good option. So I'll be back shortly. So it turned out absolutely amazing. I have got almost a half a bowl of the chili. I have almost a cup of cucumbers, and I still have another cup of chili in here and another cup of cucumbers. So, you know, frugal is the way to go, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my nutritional yeast. All the B vitamins are in here. I ran out of the capsules, or the capsules. So what I do is I open them up. I don't take the capsules. I just pour the powder into a yogurt or something. But today I'm not doing the capsules. I haven't purchased capsules for quite a while of the B12 and I think it's B1. I have not purchased them, and I'm not going to. I do not like the fact that there are non-caking agents that are put into it, and I don't like that, so I'm choosing not to do it. There's also something else that is in the vitamin B12 that I kind of had I have a fear of. I have a fear of the extra additives that they are putting into these supplements. So I'm opting to do the nutritional yeast. I stockpile it. I buy bags of it, and I put it in my cupboard, and I always have it on hand. It's got every single solitary B vitamin in it, and it's good for you. So I'm going to sprinkle this in place of cheese on top of my chili. Now, I did have a little bit of cheese that was left, fermented cheese from the other day, and I did mix that in with my chili and then put this on top, and that's simply all I do. And now I'm going to take a taste because I am hungry. Hungry. You can't beat it. And I have my watermelon drink. I got a big watermelon for 90 cents at the Loblaw store where I live. 90 cents for a massive watermelon. Well, it was a medium size. It was heavy though. And I peeled it and I got rid of all the seeds and I cut it up, and it gave me, I think, 4 or 5 bags of chopped up watermelon. So this is the last remnants of that. I put it in the blender and I blended it up, and it gave me a really good drink to have with my meals. Now, I only have 1 coffee a day. The other day I did cheat, I had 2. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to stick to my guns. And yeah, this is an amazing meal. So, you know, it doesn't have to be fancy. Just nutritious. So, I shall see you in the next video. The good Lord be willing.